Zone. Welcome, everyone, to the 14th episode of the Zone's All Access, hosted by the Sports Center. Andrew McGinnis, athletic director and girls basketball coach, is with me today. Thank you for coming in.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you for having me. Thanks to Rex Caleb's and the Sports Center for hosting it. And Alan, thank you for all that you do for not only Claiborne High School athletics, but athletics in this county as a whole. You do a great job, and you're a cornerstone to the athletics in this county.
Okay, first I need to thank my marketing partners. Our team of marketing partners, without them we couldn't do what we do. We have some premier partners: Value RX Pharmacy, Tazewell, Tennessee; Hearthside Bank; Whitaker Insurance; J&S Concrete Pumping; Walker & Walker Construction; Stay and Play Doggy Daycare, Grooming, and more. Thanks also to First Century Bank for supplying our communications. Let's talk about your background. Where are you from? High school?
Yeah, I graduated in 2016 from Morristown East, and then 2 years later, found myself here with my brother as head boys coach. Came with him and as the assistant coach. Prior to that, I was an assistant coach at East Ridge Middle School in Hamlin County, and then I've come here and worked up as an assistant coach to assistant athletic director and now athletic director and girls basketball coach. So we've been here now going into 9 years, and I've loved every second of it.
9 years.
9 years.
Doesn't feel like it.
Crazy to think, isn't it?
Yeah. What sports did you play?
Growing up, I played everything with a ball, but ended up kind of settling on basketball, golf, a little bit of baseball. But basketball and golf were really the two that I played.
What's your favorite?
Oh, man, it's tough. Well, it really enjoy playing golf, but there's nothing like coaching basketball.
Did you have a favorite athlete when you were growing up?
Growing up, I was really big into baseball. Chipper Jones was somebody with the Atlanta Braves that I grew up watching. Thought I always wanted to play baseball, but just kind of ended up, got to high school playing 3 sports, kind of burned out. But
couldn't hit?
Yeah, no, not like him anyway. But no, just Chipper Jones was somebody that I always kind of looked up to.
All right. Did you always you always wanted to coach, or did that just by necessity kind of? Or
not specifically, no. Didn't really know coming out of high school what I wanted to do, but I really enjoyed being around young athletes, and I knew coaching and teaching was an opportunity in education to be able to help mold great people, and that's what I enjoy more than anything. The wins and losses are that just is what it is. It's the being around the relationships that you develop and the growth that you see from these children is pretty spectacular.
Yeah. What's your favorite sport to coach? I know you've been in football, you've been in basketball, softball even.
I've coached a little bit of them all, but basketball just is the one. It's just different to coach. The energy right there, fans and students right behind you. The pace of the game. Basketball is no doubt number one for me to be able to coach.
You're currently the athletic director. Did you really want to do that? And as a teenager growing up in high school, did you think one day I'll be an athletic director?
No, that was never that never really crossed my mind. I really it was coaching that kind of is what I really want to stay in. But when the opportunity came, Mr. Ivy, Craig Ivy was the athletic director at the time, and he had asked me to be his assistant and kind of sharing in some of the game duties and the administrative capacity. And I just really enjoyed it. It was an avenue as a athletic director to be able to impact kids that are not only in your sport. You're able to help support those players. You're able to help support those coaches that are doing the best that they can do. And I just kind of fell in love with it and thought when the opportunity came to become the athletic director, I didn't really want to pass it by.
Just explain to everyone what your duties are. What do you do?
Yeah. So, fortunately, I'm surrounded by a lot of great people in our athletic department. Mason Goad being our assistant athletic director, Shelley Short being athletic secretary. So I've got a lot of great people around me. But one of our main roles in the athletic department is administration is to compliance to TWSAA, to their rules, making sure that our coaches are following those guidelines and bylaws. And then it's a support system from finances to being able to fundraise and to be able to improve our facilities, which is one of our major projects right now we're working toward. But then to also be a support for coaches when they're experiencing those trials and those difficulties that come along with coaching and dealing with all of the things that come along with it. It's being able to support them in those roles. Those are our main two areas. And then just to kind of continually grow our athletics, getting interest, getting involvement from kids from when they walk on campus as a freshman to the day that they graduate. Our goal is for every kid to be able to participate in a sport or an extracurricular activity of some kind.
Do you feel good about the state of Claiborne athletics right now? And if you had to give them a grade, what would it be?
Yeah, I do feel good about where we're headed, the trajectory of where we're headed. Obviously, I love to sit here and say it's an A plus, but we've got to move to that. Our facilities, we're continuing to work on and continuing to mold. Just this year, one of our goals was to redo our weight room completely, and that's in the process right now. Thankful for Whitaker Insurance and Preferred Surgical Associates that kind of came in to help lead that front. They've been great supporters of that project, so it's under construction right now. I would say in the coming months it'll look brand new. New sound systems being installed at both basketball in our gymnasium and then at football. So we're improving there, and then resurfacing our gym floors coming this summer, and then moving on, we're really going to look at a beautification project of our campus and cleaning up some areas, maybe some paint touching up and things like that. So we're moving in the right direction. It's taken some time, but it's like I said, I'm surrounded by such great people, and Mr. Ivy, he really is an incredible school leader, and he's given myself and Mason the opportunity to be able to take our vision and try to implement it and move that athletic department in the direction that we want to see it go.
What can our community do, not just here at Claiborne, but across the river at Cumberland Gap?
Sure.
What can the community do to help you guys make better athletic programs?
Yeah. Positive support is critical, and it doesn't necessarily come from a monetary donation, things like that, but just positive support of just being there for these student athletes. You think about a student athlete's day in high school. They're waking up at 6:30, 7 o'clock in the morning. Some are hopping on a bus earlier than that. They're coming to school all day long, and they're committed to 5 courses throughout the day and the rigor of their academic schedule, and then at 3 o'clock, they're going to a football field, a soccer field, baseball, softball, basketball, band, cheerleading. They're just going all over the place, and they're staying there another 2-3 hours at times. And then on game days, some of our kids don't see home until 11 o'clock midnight on some of these road trips. So I think just supporting those athletes, filling up the stands at both Claiborne and Cumberland Gap, and even our middle schools, just going out and supporting them. Creating those game-like atmospheres that all of these kids dream to play in. In an ideal world, every game would be like Claiborne and Cumberland Gap. You just have a bunch of energy. I don't think we're ever going to match it with some of those other games, but that's where we would love to see it get, to where the energy is just where they're fanatics about Claiborne athletics.
Do you think Cumberland Gap is Claiborne's number one rivalry? Because I'm feeling, I've asked some students that play, and they're right now saying Union County.
Yeah, it's interesting to talk to our athletes, and then to talk to some of those that graduated, 12 to 20 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
It seemed to have shifted a little bit. I've told Kent Hatmaker, the athletic director of Cumberland Gap, before. I'm like, hey, I hope y'all win them all. I hope we win them all. And that way, when we play each other, it's just that much bigger. But it's interesting to see the shift for our athletes. A lot of them tell me Union County as well, but there's something different about that Cumberland Gap rivalry, though. It's rooted in this county for sure.
Yep. Are there any talk of upgrading the track out there?
Yep.
And the tennis courts? I personally would love to see track come back as a home meet again.
Yeah,
I mean, I enjoyed those so much, and it gets different types of athletes out there.
It does. It really does. It gets kids. It gets kids that may not, play a stick and a ball sport or, basketball or football. It gets kids out that can be involved in doing things that, they may not be interested in. Track's definitely a priority for our department. Getting that resurfaced is a project that we want to do, and it is an extremely expensive project. It will take significant fundraising to be able to do so, which we're moving that direction. Tennis courts, great news. Our board of education has chosen to allot some money for our tennis courts. They're going to get resealed and get redone hopefully this summer. Mr. Ivy's doing an awesome job coaching tennis and trying to continue to grow that program and continue to move it in the positive direction that Coach Essery had left it on. So excited to get those redone and get our tennis athletes a place to be proud of to play a home match.
That's good. Well, let's go to the tournament coming up.
Yeah.
It's a benefit for the Claiborne athletics program and Claiborne football. Yeah. You want to say a little bit about that?
Yeah, absolutely. So this tournament's going to go toward both our athletic department and our football program. We decided to join together to try to raise as much as we could, but also have a fun event for our supporters and our community to be able to come out to and support. So we're needing some teams to continue to fill up that tournament. Whole sponsors. There's different levels. And
how many teams do you have, and how many teams can you?
Currently, we're sitting at around 12 teams. We can go all the way up to 30. Our goal this year is to eclipse that 15 team mark. So we want to get 15 or more teams in year one, and then just kind of continue to build on that into year 2 and 3. And the proceeds from this tournament, obviously with some going to football, but the athletics portion is really going to go toward our facilities and continuing to develop those facilities and expand them, and then just continue to work on it.
Okay, talk about your sponsorship levels, if I can get it out, and maybe some of the prices.
Yeah. So we've
also, where can they get this brochure and stuff like that?
So this brochure can be found online. It's on our school website, and then it is also on our Facebook, our Claiborne Athletics Facebook.
I think I've shared it a time or two, too.
I think you have, and definitely appreciate you doing so. So there's several different levels behind what we're trying to raise. There's an all-state level, and it's a $1,000 sponsorship. It's our capstone sponsorship, and that's going to get a golf team. It's going to get 4 polos for that team. It's going to get some hats. A big business banner logo that's going to be right behind our registration, and then their business logo is going to be used on all kinds of our social media posts for our tournament. Then you've got the Bulldogs level that's going to get a team. It's going to get hats, and then their business letter or their business logo on that banner as well. And then you get down to our starter logo. It's going to get you a team. It's going to get you a putting green logo. And we're going to do a really neat activity there on the putting green, a putting competition. And we're going to make a long putt, and everybody's going to have the opportunity to go putt that and to make it to win a prize. So your business logo will be all around the putting green. And then we've got the navy and white level, which gets you a team and a whole sponsor. You can do the team only for $400, and then a whole sponsor is $150, and each tee box will get a business logo that will be there. So when our teams drive up, they'll see that logo right there where they get ready to tee off.
Who do you contact for this and to register a team?
Yeah.
Is there any other way besides online?
Yeah, you can mail this in. You can take this, or you can send me an email. My email's on that brochure under the additional information tab. So shoot me an email, and I'll get you taken care of. Get you a PDF flyer if that's what you're in need of, and just let me know that hey, we're coming to play. We've got a team. Who's on your team? We'll get you registered. That way, on May 1st at 8:00, you're ready to go.
Okay. What is the end goal for the tournament? What do you, if it comes out to be what you expect it to be, what you hope it would be?
Yeah.
What's the end goal?
The end goal is to raise those funds for our facilities. Ideally, we would like to take the proceeds from this tournament and take that and expand it up into our outdoor sports. Soccer is in need of some dugouts and redoing some of their benches areas. Our baseball and softball facility, we're going to go in and try to paint that facility, fill in any of those cracks that have happened from the wear and tear. But we're going to take those proceeds and we're really going to put them into our facilities, and that way when these athletes are playing, they're proud of where they're playing. And our coaches are doing a great job of continuing to do that as well. Our outdoor sports, our facilities are getting nicer and nicer by the year. They just continue to do a great job, and we've got a lot of great coaches on staff right now that are really good leaders for our athletes.
Let's have some fun.
All right.
Who's the better athlete between you and your brother?
Oh man, we're different. He was really savvy when he played sports. It wasn't always the biggest and the strongest, so he had to really outsmart and do some things from a fundamental standpoint. From a strength standpoint, it was always me. I was just kind of able to roll out and threw it a little harder, hit it a little farther, and was able to do some things. So we're pretty comparable in terms of our athleticism. It's just we went about it different ways.
Did you have any other brothers and sisters?
I don't.
You don't? Okay. Who's the better coach?
Oh man. When it comes to X's and O's, I've got to give Corey props. He knows the game and the details of it better than anybody. You talk about a film junkie. He logs just hours and hours of film weekly. So he's pretty sharp when it comes to the X's and O's.
All right. Last word to you. Say anything you want to say to the community, to Bulldogs Nation.
Yeah. Come out and support. It's like we kind of opened with, these athletes go, their days are so long, nights can be so long. Come support them, come show up for them, be loud for them, and really, really pour into them. We tell our freshmen when they come on campus, you've got 4 years to leave a mark on the program. And this program's going to be there. It's been there long before them. It's going to be there long after we all leave. You got that 4-year mark to leave an impact, and to help them leave that impact, fans and supporters come out and be loud and cheer these guys and girls on as they're doing all of this for our community, and they represent our community on just such a phenomenal level.
Well said. Thank you for coming in today. Appreciate it.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Again, I'd like to thank Rex up here at the Sports Center. He just offers it to us anytime we want. He's just incredible. As you can see behind us, he's got a lot of stuff out here. Bulldogs, Panthers, shirts, whatever. You got athletic equipment. I mean, come on out here and support him. Thanks to our partners, of course, and thanks to First Century Bank for providing our communications. And we'll see you next time with the 15th All Access, believe it or not. Until then, God bless.